Hi everyone, welcome to Advice to Think Twice. This is Monica and I'm doing the next 10 days ahead readings. This will be for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. I hope you're well where you are. We're going to be looking at the next 7 to 10 days from whenever it is that you're watching this video, whenever you were drawn to it. That's when you were meant to find it. Just be sure to watch all your placements and to keep enough mind, take what resonates, disregard the rest, because these are general readings. For a private reading, the information is in the links below. I'm also still running the specials for the time being, so if you want to take advantage of that for yourself or someone else, you can absolutely do that. High Priestess, we'll see if she pops back up. And as always, thank you so much for liking, sharing, commenting, for subscribing. Okay, let's jump in here, Scorpio. See what's going on for you in the next 7 to 10 days. So we have the Queen of Swords, Eight of Swords, not talking, Queen of Cups, Five of Wands. Yeah, there's been some sort of a conflict. King of Swords, Three of Cups, Page of Wands, Three of Swords, Six of Coins, and the Nine of Swords. Yikes. Okay. Bottom of the deck, Temperance. So, Scorpio, I see an argument here. Okay, a conflict. Big one. It may have already happened by the time you're watching this video. And if it hasn't, you know what I'm talking about. This won't be something shocking to you because you have the Five of Wands in the foundation, which tells me that, you know, the storm has been brewing for quite some time. Things have been bubbling up to the surface with this energy. There could also be too many people involved, because I'm seeing a partnership here with the King and Queen of Swords. Okay, now someone could be feeling stuck in a partnership with the Eight of Swords after that as the challenge, because on the mind is the Queen of Cups. So this could be another person. You're collaborating with someone, you don't want to be working with them anymore. You've got someone else you want to be working with, right? You were with someone, but someone else came along and it's like, well, all of a sudden now I feel stuck in this relationship because I really want to be going out with that other person, seeing what they're about, so I feel stuck. Some sort of commitment that was made here. It could even be just a promise you made to someone else. Now it's like something that I really, really want comes along, but I'm stuck here. And that's your challenge. Okay. For others of you, there's stress and frustration over the fact that someone does not want to open up emotionally or does not want to have a heart-to-heart conversation. Someone's very stoic about things. They don't want to discuss anything. They want to sweep something under the rug. Okay, and you're like, we can't keep doing that. We have to face whatever this issue is, and they just refuse to do that, and that's the frustration. In the near future, though, we do have the Three of Cups, so in the near future, there is a coming together. I feel like it's at a social circle, in a social circle, at some sort of an event, at some sort of a gathering. I don't necessarily see this as a one-to-one coming together. It could be, but it usually involves other people, right? There's a party, and you go to the party, there's an event and you bump into each other, I don't know, okay? But this is a time of like lighthearted energy, okay, with the Three of Cups. Then we have the Page of Wands. So I feel like you're trying to initiate this conversation still, okay? After this lighthearted type energy event, right? You're like, okay, now that we're getting along again, can we have that conversation? Can we talk about that, please? What happened there? Which may lead to Three of Swords, you getting your heart broken because this person still doesn't want to talk about it. They don't want to open up. They don't want to talk about anything. They don't want to admit to anything. And it may even lead to some sort of a separation or breakup, not talking. In your hopes and fears here, you have the Six of Coins. You want reciprocity. You want someone to meet you in the middle. You want this person to just give you what you're giving them. Okay, because it's a one-sided situation. You're open to whatever this is. They're not. You're open to resolving a conflict. They're not. You're open to taking accountability for your part in things. They don't want to do the same. So it's like, well, I'm not going to take accountability for everything. That's not fair. You know? and it's stalemate, it's impasse, and they just refuse. And that's the frustration. And in the outcome here, you have the Nine of Swords, staying up at night, worrying, anxious, nightmares. How the hell do I get through to this person? What can I do? Because it's really bothering you, and it's really breaking your heart that this person just does not want to talk. They just don't want to open up. They just don't want to show any sort of vulnerability. And to you, it's like, what is the big deal? Why are you doing this? All you have to do is meet me in the middle. All you have to do is just match what I'm doing, and we'll be fine. What is the big deal? But to them, I feel like they cannot. They just refuse to take accountability for anything. They cannot admit that they made a mistake. They cannot admit that, they were wrong. They don't want to. Okay? Yikes. What's this Five of Wands in the foundation? Ten of Cups. So this could be going on within family or a long-term commitment, long-term relationship here. This could be the impasse, could be around long-term commitment, or it could be around family involvement, starting a family, taking something to the next level. What's this Three of Cups in the near future? So we have the Hangman, the Four of Pentacles, and the Four of Wands. Yeah, there's some sort of family event, social event. I don't know what this is, right? And so on the surface, you have the Four of Wands with the Three of Cups. Everyone's getting along, and they are, right? Everyone's getting along. Everyone's having a good time, happiness, celebration, laughter, dancing. But behind that, the matter at hand, the problem, the issue is still there. It's still unresolved. Okay? And the issue is to do with someone being extremely closed off, which leaves you like up in the air. I don't even know what to do anymore. Whatever the situation is, it needs two. It takes two to tango, okay? Both parties need to collaborate, or to at least be open to it, to resolve a conflict, to come back together, to restore peace. I don't know what this is, okay? But the bottom line is both parties have to want to get there, okay? And so there has to be give and take. And I feel like you're dealing with someone who is very, very stubborn, very cold, detached, and unemotional. I also get the sense that it's gone too far. They can't back down now. They don't know how to come back from how far they've taken it. Does that make sense? It's like they've taken it too far. They don't even know how to come back from that. Like, what do you do? And the Nine of Swords and the outcome. Yeah, the Five of Coins, the Page of Cups, and the Sun. One more. The Nine of Coins. Yeah. Under Temperance, we have the Seven of Cups, being all up in your head about how am I going to talk to this person. This could also be something's going on around a misunderstanding with that Seven of Cups, around confusion. You're trying to clarify what happened. They're not hearing it. They're stubbornly sticking to their story. They're stubbornly sticking to a decision they made on false information, or not even having enough information. But in order for them to admit that would be them admitting they're wrong, and they just cannot do that. They refuse to do that. And it also breaks your heart that they're willing to take it as far as sacrificing your relationship, your friendship, your family relationship, your bond, your business partnership, whatever this is. They're willing to sacrifice it versus just admitting they were wrong, or just admitting, maybe I don't know everything. Maybe I jumped the gun. Maybe, In the outcome, we have, with the Nine of Swords, we have the Five of Pentacles, the Page of Coins, the Sun, and the Nine of Coins. I feel like this will be you making one last ditch attempt to talk. You're like, hey, I'm here, can we talk? And you're getting the cold shoulder still. And I feel like that gives you the clarity that you need to say, okay, then never mind. If you don't want to fight for this, I don't want to fight for it either. I cannot do this by myself. Okay? If that's what you want to do, that's what's going to happen. Because of someone's ego. Because of someone's ego. And just pride, man. Just pride. That's going to be their downfall. And the frustrating thing, I see why you're frustrated. The frustrating thing is that they're not right. They know they're taking it too far. They know what they're doing, but it's almost like their pride is too overpowering, you know? Their ego won't allow them. They won't fight their own ego. They won't even try to control their ego and their pride enough to say, okay, let's talk. I will at least hear you out, right? And you will be walking away from a relationship, a partnership. This is someone's very deep insecurities that are causing this, because for some of you this can be a scenario where your partner is very insecure. They got it in their head that someone else is giving you attention and you're entertaining it. You have no idea where this is coming from. You're not entertaining it. You're very confused about what they're saying, because you're like, where are you even getting this? But they're not giving you the chance to explain. They're not giving you the chance to tell them that what they're seeing isn't true. They're making something up. And at this point, they've taken it too far. And it will cost them the relationship, because they just don't want to give you the opportunity to even tell them your side of the story. And they'd rather, it's hurtful, but they would rather sacrifice the relationship than admit that they made the wrong decision, that they exaggerated, that they jumped to conclusions where, based on false information or no information. And there is this event, where I feel like things are coming together as if nothing happened, and they would like it to stay that way. But you're like, no, we have to talk about it. What do you mean? They could even be going around people saying stuff like, you're a handful, but they're so forgiving, so it's fine, or you know what I mean? And you're like, well, that's not actually true. Can we at least talk about what happened? And so again, that pushes them up to the point where they would have to admit that maybe they're wrong, and they just don't want to go there. So Scorpio, I don't know what this is. If it's in a romantic partnership, I also see sibling dynamic. I also see parent-child dynamic here. It could also be a business partnership or someone you collaborate with on a personal project, whatever this is. But it's someone's very deep insecurities. They're telling them something that's not true, okay? And I feel like this time, this is something that they constantly do, and you constantly have to appease them, and you constantly have to just kind of play by their rules so that they feel comfortable. But I feel like this time they're taking it too far. And when you decide to stand up for yourself and say, okay, enough is enough, I'm indulging you enough, can we talk about this? Because this is way off the bat. You're trying to rein them in, and they're not having it. They're just not having it. In their mind, they're viewing it as you're trying to make them admit that they're wrong. You're trying to force them to do something. You're trying to control them to do something, which is what they're doing to you, ironically enough. But they can't do that with themselves, right? They can't see that they're projecting. And it's going to cost them a relationship. It's going to cost them a relationship, but I feel like unfortunately this is part of the process of growing up for this person. I don't care how old they are. They can either choose to address their issues, or they can continue to lose good people with their behavior. They are becoming aware. For some of you, they know exactly what they're doing, but they can't control themselves. For others of them, they're now just starting to get glimpses. They're just now starting to ask themselves, what if I was wrong? But they would never admit that to anyone else. So they're still very, very early in that process. Okay, Scorpio, so at the end of the day, you did nothing wrong. You've got a clear conscience. You've done nothing wrong. You've given this person time. You've given them the benefit of the doubt. You've given them patience. You've given them kindness and forgiveness when they're mistreating you, quite frankly. So it may be time to release them. Okay, I don't get the sense that this is completely over for good, but I feel like this person needs to address some issues within themselves before they can be a good partner to anyone else. A good friend, a good sibling, a good whatever this is. And for you, it's time to stop carrying this person and to stop censoring yourself. You're constantly walking on eggshells around this person to the point where you don't even realize you're doing it anymore. This is just your normal dynamic, but that's not a healthy dynamic. Okay, you deserve to shine bright, to be who you are, to be loved, valued, and appreciated for exactly who you are, not to try to fit in this person's perception of you. Okay, I can see you care about them very much, or you care about what you're doing very much together, but it has to be both of you to have that balance, for it to be constructive and healthy. And at this time, it just isn't. Okay, and it's very one-sided. And I feel like you've been, again, managing their feelings, protecting them, not pushing them, giving them time to open their eyes, to grow up, whatever this is. Okay, but it just keeps getting worse. Okay, so it's time to detach and let them sort out what they need to sort out. You cannot help them. Okay, you've moved beyond the point where you could help them at all. They need to figure stuff out for themselves. You cannot help them. You cannot save them. They need to figure it out for themselves at this time. And sometimes that's the kindest thing we can do to someone, is to let go of their hand and for them to hit rock bottom if that's what it takes. But you don't have to go down with them. Okay, and it is what it is. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So Scorpio, a bit of an intense situation here, but I really hope the reading helps you if you are dealing with this. I hope it gives you the peace of mind you need, the confirmation you need, advice and direction on how to approach things. And I'm wishing you the best of luck with everything. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it here. Remember to watch all your placements. Happy holidays. I'm recording this very close to the holiday season, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.